his art, Michael Jackson played repeatedly with the idea of metamorphosis, from Thriller to Black or White, to Ghosts, where he becomes a middle-aged white guy. And looking back, it seems as if Michael Jackson viewed his own face as yet another canvas, another opportunity to explore change. For the first time tonight, we talked to the woman who knew his face almost as well as he did, Faye, his makeup artist for more than 25 years.
Of course, stage makeup is one thing, but makeup on men in life is looked at as very peculiar, especially during the trial, when he's wearing eyeliner and what appears to be lipstick.
It's very sensitive for me to even talk about, because these are things that are very, very private. He didn't like the line that was drawn between what's allowed for men and what's allowed for women. He really was very androgynous in the sense that he just took whatever is available to enhance himself as art.
So in some ways, people have said that he saw himself as an artistic canvas.
Absolutely. That's the explanation also for the plastic surgery. He was always trying to perfect everything.
Plastic surgeons have looked at his face and said that the nose actually became almost non-functioning because of the repeated plastic surgeries. That's not true. He didn't have to wear a nose prosthesis?
No, absolutely
not. A lot of people believe it. So let's straighten it out.
You know what it was? It was the tape that he used to wear on his nose, and everybody thought that was...
Why tape?
Because I guess after plastic surgery, it keeps it in form, or else it would expand.
Because a lot of people think he went too far. You never said to him, Michael...
I thought he was beautiful, and I would always tell him I thought he was beautiful. Personally, I think it went a little too far, but like I never, ever, because I understood it.
Faye says she saw Jackson announce his new tour on television on March 5th of last year. And soon got a call from him asking if she'd team up with him once again for their 4th tour together.
From the time you first talked to him about going back to work in March to May, did you see a change?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I think he was frightened.
Of?
Being judged again. He said during the trial, I can't believe the world is doing this to me. He said, I gave everything that I had. I gave them my music, I danced for them, and this is what I get in return.
And not since the trial, she says, had she seen such fear in Jackson's eyes.
And when it really got down to standing up in front of an audience, all that fear, all that doubt, all that cruelty that people directed at him, he was afraid. He didn't want to go through that again.
When you looked at Michael Jackson's face at the end, it looked sad.
He was very sad.
He was starting to lose weight.
Oh, he wasn't sleeping, and he was losing weight drastically. The week before he died, probably about 15 pounds, I would say.
And he didn't have 15 pounds to lose.
No, no. In fact, when I met him in March, one of my very first concerns was that I thought he was too thin to really be able to do a show.
You also feel that he was taking drugs at that time? Medication of some sort?
I really can't really go here because of impending trial and things like that. So we can't, this is kind of like a difficult area.
Well, were you concerned about him?
I was extremely concerned with Michael's well-being. I was very concerned with his well-being.
You'd seen him in dicey situations before. Were you more concerned than you'd ever been?
Absolutely, a lot more concerned.
He was like bone thin, and he grabbed me on the arm and said, "You promised me you wouldn't tell."
Tell what?
What I'm seeing.
Did you tell anybody?
Absolutely.
What did you say?
I was talking to the people who had the power to do something about it.
What were your fears?
I feared that Michael was physically unable to do the shows in his condition.
Did you think that he was vulnerable enough that he might die?
Yes.
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 There was just these telltale signs. When is someone going to pay attention? Because to me it was blatant.
What was blatant?
The way he was like on stage rehearsing.
What was different about it?
a lot of start-stops. Usually when we did a music video with Michael, they'd load the camera full of film, they would run it until it ran out. You didn't do 2 bars of the song and stop. That was Michael's energy. He fed off of what was going on.
He didn't have his usual stamina.
No, and then you start speaking up, like you said, to the powers that be, and it just seemed like it was falling on deaf ears, or we'll fix that later, or there's more, something else that seemed like it was more important.
Because when you see the video that was put out of the rehearsal of the This Is It concert, it sure looks like Michael Jackson's on top of the world.
Okay.
It's great editing.
It isn't the reality that we're seeing. He
Absolutely not. Even if you look at the songs, the way they're edited, he has 3 different outfits on for one song. In most, they were taking bits and pieces from different rehearsal dates to be able to put it together to make it look like he got through a song. But we really didn't get through a whole song. I think we got through 2 ballads all together. We could do a show.
And this was not the Michael Jackson that you would work with for 25 years.
No. He didn't have the control that he was used to having.
On the 25th of June last year, Karen Faye was waiting for Jackson at the Staples Center to begin rehearsals when she got the call she dreaded. Michael Jackson had been rushed to the hospital.
Michael Jackson was brought here in full cardiac arrest
and is now in a coma at the UCLA.
When did you find out?
Kenny kind of instructed us to keep going and rehearsing and getting ready, do what we're supposed to do. We're not sure what's going on right now. Let's just carry on as usual. I was headed back to my room, my makeup room, and Kenny came out of his office. And he put his arms around me and held me up and whispered in my ear, "He's gone, we lost him." And my knees just collapsed.
Do you think Michael Jackson needed to die? Do you think that was inevitable, or could he have been saved?
I think if people paid attention, we'd still have him.
Next,